So I first joined SafetyCulture in 2018 as their Chief of Staff. So I sort of held that role, which was a bit of a weird and wonderful catch-all position at the time, for about 18 months, and then moved across into revenue operations. So I now lead our global revenue operations team. There's a team of about 12 of us across the world, doing all things sort of people, processes, systems, data, enablement, all the bits and bobs that sort of help support our marketing, sales and customer success teams.
So global now, started in Townsville, now global operations. Your title is now Head of
Revenue Operations.
So revenue operations, we hear that word a bit now in the tech world, and
we do.
Maybe some people are a bit confused about what that might mean. Can you give me your definition of revenue operations, or RevOps for short?
RevOps, as it's called. So RevOps is essentially just the consolidation of all of the operations functions that typically support your customer-facing teams. So particularly in SaaS, where that sort of relationship with your customer doesn't end with that first sale. You've got that continued ownership, you've got that ongoing, you want to be retaining that customer and helping them grow. You want to make sure that the operations that support those teams that do that are connected. So it often came about due to sort of breakdown across systems and processes and data that were supporting those customer-facing teams. There just being gaps and sort of inefficiencies coming out by having different teams own different parts of the puzzle. So RevOps sort of came to be created through a desire to bring that all together to support the one customer that's a one customer throughout the whole journey, but help get better flow of data, more accurate data, systems that are supporting each other and aren't kind of operating in silos, to help grow that revenue engine, really.
And there can be a bit of a thought out there that potentially RevOps is at the quoting process into the balance sheet and finance, but your opinion of that is it's actually well before the quoting process, right?
So in an ideal world, RevOps covers your full way from like brand awareness, very, very top of funnel, through to that retention piece from a customer side. So you've got that full customer life cycle in there. And yes, absolutely, part of that is quoting and billing and all the finance side of things, but it's that full customer journey that we want to be looking at, not just the sort of sales to finance piece.
So with that definition, what types of businesses need to consider RevOps or revenue operations as a thing, as something to improve?
Any business that, in my opinion, any business that has a marketing, sales and customer success team,
so everyone.
A combination of any of those. The biggest thing is, how do you bring those teams on the one page? So how do you not have this disconnect between your functions because they're singing from different hymn sheets, they're looking at different data, they're making decisions in silos. So wherever you've got teams like that you want to be working together, that's where RevOps stands to play.